Unless you're living under a rock, you know that Will Smith showed a completely different side of himself to the world at last night's Oscars. While comedian Chris Rock was speaking to the crowd and taking some digs at the celebrities in the audience, Rock decided to take a jab at Jada Pinkett Smith, and I'm sure he regrets it right about now. Chris said, quote, "Jada, love you, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it," referencing her almost bald head, because in the movie G.I. Jane, the lead actress Demi Moore had a shaved head. Jada has been open about her struggle with alopecia, and she was likely forced to wear her hair this way because she's not able to grow hair completely. Immediately after the joke, Will Smith decided to get up, interrupt the broadcast, and slap Chris Rock right in the face for millions to see. Chris looked stunned and was not sure exactly how to respond. Will walked back to his seat and yelled, quote, "Shut your mouth, keep your wife's name out of your effing mouth," twice. The internet was set ablaze by this slap, with many not even sure if it was real or just staged for publicity. But considering the aftermath, there's no doubt in my mind that this was a spur-of-a-moment decision from Will. Although many pointed out that Will actually laughed at the joke moments before deciding to get up and slap Chris Rock. Now it's controversial, with many surprisingly defending Will for this slap, claiming Chris Rock's joke was out of line. However, the majority seem to believe it's never right to attack a person and are hoping that Smith faces some sort of repercussion for his actions. Let's get into the reasons why this move might have completely destroyed his career. Firstly, he deflected the blame. Moments after the slap, the award for Best Actor was presented. This was the award that Smith was favored to win. Many were not sure if he would be asked to leave the show, or if the Oscars might actually change the winner to someone else at the last moment. However, he did win the award for his portrayal of Richard Williams in the movie King Richard, based on the father of tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams. When he came up to accept the award, fans were hoping that he would apologize to Chris Rock and the fans, but he did not, and he actually deflected the blame, even comparing himself to Richard Williams. Smith said in part, quote, "Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. I'm being called in on my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people. I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to take criticism. You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you. And you gotta smile, you gotta pretend like it's okay." He also added, quote, "Love will make you do crazy things." He later apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees, but many did not think this apology went far enough, especially since he deflected the blame for the action beforehand, blaming his instincts to protect his family for deciding to do an unprecedented action at the most prestigious award show there is. One fan wrote on Twitter after the speech, quote, "All the media outlets tweeting about Will Smith apologizing in his acceptance speech were clearly watching a different award ceremony. Smith's tearful speech did not include an apology to Chris Rock. So clearly, in my opinion, he is not sorry to Chris Rock." Next up, showed his true colors. Will Smith has been long considered one of the nicest and most humble A-list celebrities there is. But after this incident, people are starting to think differently of him, because no truly nice person would do what Will Smith did. Maybe this is the type of person he's actually been all along, and the nice guy image that he's cultivated is fake, with many comparing him to other celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres, who was exposed for being mean. Many tweets online after the incident accused Smith of showing his true colors with his action. It essentially took him less than 5 seconds to decide to not only physically harm someone, but to disrespect the Oscars and everyone else that was there that night. I guess people will make their own decisions about his character moving forward, but for a lot of fans, their opinion of him has changed. Didn't apologize to Chris Rock. Since Will Smith won the award for Best Actor just moments after slapping Chris Rock, many thought he would take this time to apologize to Chris Rock for the insane move. But he didn't. He apologized to almost everyone else other than the person that he hit. During his speech, Smith said, quote, "Denzel Washington said to me, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you." Adding, quote, "I want to apologize to the Academy, I want to apologize to my fellow nominees," at no point mentioning Chris Rock. Then he tried to lighten the mood by saying, quote, "Art imitates life. I look like a crazy father just like they said, but love will make you do crazy things." Other celebrities are vocal against him. after the shocking altercation, some celebrities took to Twitter to share how much they disagree with Will Smith's actions. Director Judd Apatow was probably the most vocal, who said in a series of tweets, quote, "Seems like Will Smith's plan to get comedian and the world not to make jokes about him is not going to pan out. The Williams family must be furious, pure narcissism. Also, G.I. Jane was gorgeous. What exactly is insulting about being compared to a ripped, stunning Demi Moore?" He then replied to a tweet that mentioned that he did what he did because Chris Rock was insulting her alopecia. Apatow doubled down, writing, quote, "He could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind." Apatow has since deleted these tweets. Kathy Griffin also chimed in, tweeting out, quote, "Let me tell you something. It's very bad practice to walk up on stage and physically assault a comedian. Now we all have to worry about who wants to be the next Will Smith in comedy clubs and theaters." Blacklisted from other award shows. It's not a stretch to think that other award shows might not allow Will Smith to attend after he slapped a host while they were presenting. The Academy tweeted after, quote, "The Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Awards winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world." Clearly they did not want to publicly trash one of their winners, but I'm sure they are not happy with what took place. And finally, he could get arrested. Just a reminder that what Will Smith did was illegal, and he could have easily been arrested and charged. The LAPD said in a statement after the Oscars, quote, "LAPD investigative entities are aware of an incident between 2 individuals during the Academy Awards program. The incident involved one individual slapping another. The individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report." So clearly Chris Rock is not deciding to file any charges, thankfully for Will Smith, but if they don't reconcile, nothing is stopping Rock from pressing charges at a later date, so hopefully Will Smith apologizes. So that's all for that video. Let me know your thoughts below. That was, I think, the most insane thing that's ever happened at the Oscars. I don't think anything tops that. If you think something tops that, please let me know below, but I don't think anything has ever or probably will ever top that moment. Before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from top 10 celebrities who were exposed by their closest friends. Mary Beth said, "It's horrible when any friend turns on another, but high-profile relationships like celebrities turning on each other makes me even more sad. The entertainment industry is notorious for hurting people, so celebrities must value and treasure genuine friendships even more than most. How devastating for that trust to be broken and worse so publicly." Couldn't agree more. It's really sad when friendships break up, and it's even more sad when your friend like backstabs you and says things publicly that were secret. It really just shows someone's character, unfortunately. Then MLG Gamer said, "I actually didn't know that Riri was friends with Katy Perry, so this is brand new to me." Honestly, I didn't either until I did a video about celebrity BFFs turning to enemies or something like that. I didn't realize that they were pretty tight, but there is a lot of photos of them together, so they definitely were quite good friends. Then LM said, "Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian. Yes, they definitely could have been on this list, although I don't believe they're like enemies now, or I don't believe any bad blood has been said about them. I could be wrong though." Alright guys, that is all for the list today. I've been your host Mackenzie Smith, and we will catch you in the next one.